Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm super excited because we're transferring some plants from soil to semi-hydro. In a recent video, I had told you guys I was going to be keeping my plants in soil as long as possible, or until I started seeing fungus gnats. Fungus gnats are not that big of an issue right now. They were when I first got the plants, but I think they kind of calmed down because I was severely underwatering the plants, so it wasn't really a healthy environment for the fungus gnats to live. So we will be transferring them to semi-hydro today, and then I recently picked up another plant that I haven't even showed you guys yet that will also be transferring, so let's get into it. So I showed you guys this Alocasia in my last, was that my last video? You told me, I think it was my last video. But I showed you this Alocasia in one of my recent videos, and the soil is just super, super dry. I've had this plant for, I think, a month now, maybe a little bit longer, and it's super dry all the time. It literally needs to be watered at least every 2 days, and I'm sick of doing that. So for this plant specifically, we're transferring it to water today. I'm not gonna transfer it to semi-hydro because every single time I transfer an Alocasia to semi-hydro, it usually fails. The only plant that I've successfully transferred to semi-hydro is my Alocasia Jacqueline, and she's still a little bit iffy, you know? She has recently put out a new leaf, which I will be updating you guys on soon, so make sure you're subscribed. But for this specific Alocasia, she's going into water until her soil roots fall off, and we can transfer her into a semi-hydro substrate. So I'm gonna get some gloves and get her out of here. You already know we have to get gloved up. I honestly don't think there are any bugs in this plant at all, but can never be too safe. We're gloved up. Now for the fun part. Okay, I cannot wait to see what the roots look like. Only because on the top of the soil, the roots look really thick, like down there. It looks like a really thick root. So I really think this is gonna be okay in water. That's too much. I need something to dump the soil in though. Let's use this. Is this too big? Too small? Okay, I don't know. Okay, I'm just gonna dump the soil in this pot right here for now. Okay, let's start by squeezing. Oh my God, I'm so excited. I love transferring plants. I don't always like the results, but the actual act of transferring plants is so fun. Oh my God, look at this. Wow. Very, very nice, healthy roots. I almost don't want to transfer it, but I swear it's gonna die if I leave it in the soil. It's just super dry. I thought that was like a freaking frog or something. I remember I saw a video, I think it was on Facebook. Someone had like a huge plant that they got from a big box store and a frog jumped out of the soil. So that thought is always in the back of my head that a frog is gonna jump out one of these plants one day. Hopefully not, but you never know. This is so satisfying. The way it's coming off the roots. Wow, like butter. It's so funny when people come to my house and like I don't automatically tell people that I don't have any plants in soil. And then they look around and they're like, and then I'll be like, yeah, all my plants are basically in rocks. They're like, what? They don't understand, and it's so funny. But yeah, this is what I do. This is what I like to do with my plants. It's fun. Nothing is better than getting a plant to successfully grow in semi-hydro. Seriously, especially in a self-watering pot, taking care of itself. Nothing's better. My Begonia, the Begonia is the second one that we're gonna transfer, but the Begonia is in a self-watering pot, and I'm like, how does that work with soil? Every single time I water that plant, it needs water the next day, just like this one. Or maybe it could be the fact that I'm really not used to having plants in soil. Like, if people ask me about watering tips when it comes to plants, or just plant advice, or just when people ask me for plant advice, period, like it's kind of hard. I sound so congested. It's kind of hard because my plants are not in the same setup, are not in a typical setup, I should say, as the normal plant owner. So it's a little hard to gauge someone else's plant problem unless it's like a pest or something, you know? Wow, that really came off so good. What? I think it's time to rinse. It would be safe to rinse it now. Just trying not to clog my sink. Okay, yeah, this is good. I'm gonna go rinse it off now, and I'll be back.
Listen to me, yeah. Hate to see you go. Like a no. Not easily offended.
Anywho. Okay. These are the clean roots we have. Super freaking clean. I really want to stick this into some Semihydro substrate, but I know the roots are gonna rot. So what we're gonna do, I got this little cup. I'm gonna sit this plant in this cup. That is rooting hormone down there, mixed up with some water. A little too much rooting hormone, but I think it'll be okay. If not, the amount of plants I've killed over the past like 7 years, I should be in prison. Okay, so I put some more water in here and I'm literally just sticking the plant in. I think that might be too much water though, but we'll see. Oh my God, why is it stuck? Is this too small? I think this cup is too, I think the cup is too short. I need something taller. BRB. Okay, I have a better idea. Actually, I don't think this is a good idea either. Hold on. I was gonna stick this in here so the plant could actually stand up. It's not gonna work though. What the French toast? BRB. Okay. I have a vase now. Let's see if this even fits in here. Oh, it does, I think. Perfection. As long as it stands up, I don't care. I don't care what it's in. Oh. I think that's good actually, in this little vase. Put the roots down there. I'm really hoping this doesn't die. Like, I would be very happy if it doesn't die and it just does what I need it to do. But I already transferred an Alocasia. My Alocasia sinuata came with 2 plants and I transferred 1 to water. And I kind of just forgot about it at this point because it has 1 leaf on it. So hopefully I don't have the same situation with this. I would really love to not lose all the leaves, so pray for me. Please don't die. Thanks. On to the next one. I want to transfer the begonia now. Actually, no, I don't feel like doing that right this second. So I'll show you the next plant that we're gonna transfer, which is one I just picked up maybe a few weeks ago now. Yeah, it has to be like 2-3 weeks ago now I've had this plant. And it's in soil, and it's in the nastiest soil ever because it's like black soil and I can tell it's getting a little moldy at the top. Like, what kind of soil is that? And why are they still using it? It's gross. I hate when I have that kind of soil on a plant. Oh my God, hold on, I need to get this off. String of turtles. String of turtles, right? Yeah, this is a string of turtles. And it honestly looked a lot better when I first got it, but I can't with the soil plants. I just can't. I can't keep up with the watering, honestly. This looks really nasty, honestly. I think it really does look nasty. Blech. So we're just gonna take as many chops off of this plant as we can, because I've learned the hard way not to transfer plants like this, like string plants or anything tiny leaved. You can't transfer this to Semihydro. If I were to take this out and take off all the soil, there would be 1,000 vines in my hand. And I'm just not about to do all that. So we're gonna chop this down and stick it in sphagnum moss. And hopefully we can have some string of turtle propagation soon. I need scissors. Got some scissors. And I also got this little container filled with moss, and I soaked the water, well, I soaked it in water that had Clone X Gel rooting hormone in it, which is what I always use to root plants. It's always linked in my Amazon storefront. I've been using it for years and it works like a charm. But let's get to chopping this down. Chop, chop, chop it down. It looks like it was trying to put out these like little baby leaves right here, but this just looks disgusting. I think I'm just gonna chop it all off and see what we have to work with. There's a lot of flowers on here too. Like these little parts right here, I'm not sure how well you can see them, but these little long things are flowers. What smells weird? Ew, I just touched my lip. Ew. I thought I had a piece of sphagnum moss on my lip. Anyways, let's start chopping this completely off of the soil. Go, fall. I'm scared. What if this doesn't even, I'm not really scared, but like, what if this doesn't grow? I'm gonna be sad. I used to want a string of turtles so bad when I first started my plant channel because I feel like everyone had one. But I never got one. So I finally saw this one at my favorite nursery. I'm pretty sure, was that at? Yeah, I was at Briggs Nursery in Attleboro, Massachusetts. And I saw this guy and I had to grab him, so. I should have did this when I first got it and it had a lot more leaves because a lot of leaves fell off. But I had it in my car for a while at first, which it was too cold in there for it to be in my car. So that was my bad. Ew. Ew. I can't wait to throw this little pot away. It's a good pot though. Maybe I should keep it. Oops, I just cut some leaves, but it's okay. We're probably not gonna have that many viable ones anyway. Like, this is gross. All right, almost done, almost done, almost done. Oops. I think that's good actually. One more vine, I think, right here. This is going in the trash. Okay, I'm trying to take like the healthiest vines. This looks like a pretty healthy vine. I mean, minus the leaves that have obviously fallen off, like it still has something to work with, you know? Maybe I'll chop the leaf off. Actually, I'll do this one by itself. Basically doing butterfly cuts, you know? Like back in the day. Back in the day 2 years ago. And sticking them down. Please grow, little guy. This one only has one little leaf down there, so. Hopefully the rest have a little pair. On this little vine here. I think I have to cut off a leaf and then place it down. Yeah, I'm gonna do that because I feel like if I don't, it's not gonna grow roots if I don't cut a leaf off. Boom. Then I'll cut it right here. So I'm gonna propagate this little piece by itself right here. Like that. And I cut the bottom leaf off so the roots can grow out. I never propagated a string of turtles before, so I actually don't know what I'm doing. I could just probably lay them down, but I don't have time to check on that all the time, so. I'm just gonna do what I know. All right, let's just keep chopping. These leaves are literally microscopic. Like, why are they that small? What the heck? I'm gonna try to get all the big ones first. It's probably a smarter idea. Oh my God, these are big and fat. Oops. Like, look at these ones. But they look like kinda gross, so I don't even want to propagate these ones. Trash. Like there's spider mites on it probably. I literally always think that there's spider mites on everything. There goes another little one leafer. Very cute. Very cute, very simple. I don't know which way. Oh, it's going this. I don't know. I don't know if I'm propagating proper. I don't know if I'm propagating this properly, but like if I'm putting the right side down, so I'm just gonna put like both of those little edges into the sphagnum moss. Like, doop, doop. I would love if this plant actually grew. Like for real, obviously. That would be ideal. Chop, chop, chop us down, chop, chop. Little dirt's on it. Why are they so tiny? Like, look at some of those leaves on there. They're microscopic. You probably can't even see them. Maybe you can though, I don't know. I'm just gonna put that in there together. Hopefully it grows. I know I keep saying that, but I don't know about this one. I really don't know about this one. I'm just gonna chop this excess off and then plant this whole stem down. This little guy. Plus, just place him right down. This is how I have to transfer this plant to Semihydro. It's just easier, honestly. It's way easier to transfer it this way. These little tiny ones with the tiny leaves, I'm just going to not chop anything off and just stick them in there. As long as they don't reach the top of the container because I want to close it, we're good. I think I propagated my Philodendron gloriosum in my last video. I chopped off all of the leaves and I put it into a cup and then put a cup on top of it, and I've been sticking it in the windowsill, and I would love to show you the update. Why not? I'll just show you really quick right now. I know I told you I would show you guys updates, I think, in the next video, so don't tell anybody I showed you this, but we taped it with the blue tape, and look! I told you it would grow. This leaf is gonna pop open any day now, which is super freaking cool. Like, it actually came out. So I probably will take the top off today. I don't think I can get it back on, actually, without doing this. I guess I don't need to take the top off right this second, but yeah, it's growing. So if you have a problem philodendron, chop it all the way down, stick it in one of these, make sure it has extra bright light and that it's moist inside and creating humidity at the top, and you're good to go. Anyways, back to my string of turtles. I gotta cut off some of these nasty leaves. Snip, snip. Oh, that one's gonna be a goner too. This only has one leaf on it now, whatever. What it's looking like so far. So freaking cute. I love a little prop box. As long as I remember to water it, it's good. If it's closed, it's even better. But I have a big prop box that just has props dying in it now. We really need to pot those up. Stat. Okay, good props. I'm not gonna take all these tiny ones, like, there's just no way. Trash. I'll take you. It's like, how many do I need in here, really? Put that there. Big chunk of dirt. Okay, so this is what we're working with. I'm gonna close this, like I said, and stick it into some sunlight so we can actually have some viable propagations. Now we're moving on to my big beast begonia. And I'm a little bit scared because I feel like this plant has bugs, so, ooh. Okay, so I know you guys remember this extra large and in charge thing. Like I said, it is in a self-watering pot, and I swear every time the water's like up to here, it's gone within minutes. So at this point, it's either transfer it or let it die. I think there's more than one plant here. I think there are 2 or 3 plants in here. I think I'm gonna transfer one to Semihydro, even though I've done it multiple times and it dies every time, and then put one in water. Let's just see how that works for now. To dump the soil in, and I need to get gloved back up. Is that a bug? Is that a bug? Is that a bug flying down? I don't know. All right, let's hit it, let's hit it, let's hit it, let's get it. I'm really scared for this one. The soil is pretty dry right now though, as it usually is, but still a little bit nervous to see what's going on in the pot. So let's get right into it. Ooh! Ooh! Okay. Let's see. Okay, I knew there was like some type of insert situation. Oh, fancy, fancy. I do like. I might keep this little pot. I'm scared. I don't want nothing flying out at me. I think I have to like do something with this first before I can, no. Jeez. Jeez Louise. Oh, these are the hair-like roots. I hate roots like this. They rot so easy. Probably gonna lose half of them anyway. Oh, sheesh. I was better off grabbing the trash for this one, but you know what? We're already here. Literally stuffing the dirt in here. Oh no, I hate these kind of roots. I really do. Making a friggin' mess. Sheesh. Usually I actually care about the roots and not ripping them off, but if I'm being honest, I'm being extra rough and I really don't care about these begonia roots because they're too delicate. Like, I'm not sure if you can see the hair-like roots in there, but very delicate. Probably why the plant dies every time I do this, but here we are again. There's 2 sticks in here keeping the plant upright, and they're tied with like, I forgot what those little ties are called, like what bread is tied up with. No, actually that's not what bread is tied up with. These little things right here, little twisties. Okay, I think I have 2 separate plants now. Yes, there's 2 plants, one here, one here. So let's work with the one that's easier right now, which is this one. Like, look at how tiny, I can't even say how tiny the root system is because I just ripped all the roots off. Hopefully they grow back. But if not, we will be buying yet another begonia. I think I've had about, I don't even know, 10. Look at that. Very strange looking. This one is the more beastie one, I can tell. For sure. Trying to get as much dirt off as possible. Then I will rinse. Oh, look at my sweater at the bottom. Very dirty. This is how clean I got the roots, and now I'm gonna go rinse them all. Look how weird they look. Here, B. Okay. I have the plants all rinsed off here for their beautiful, weird looking roots. And if I'm being completely honest, I know for a fact if I transfer either one of these to Semihydro right now, it's just gonna rot. So instead of just doing that just to do it, I'm going to stick these both in water with rooting hormone. Or should we do sphagnum? Nah, I'm gonna do water with rooting hormone for like a month until they are ready to pot up into Semihydro. So I guess this video is more along the lines of prepping my plants for, just got a water droplet on my face. Prepping my plants for a Semihydro transfer. Who would have thought I'd have patience, you know? I'm usually just ripping plants out of soil and sticking them into Semihydro, and sometimes that does work. But in the recent years, it hasn't worked as well with certain plants. I can tell this is not gonna be a successful transfer if I were to do it today. What's gonna happen if I transfer this to Semihydro is the weight of the substrate is going to squish these roots and they're going to rot. So by sticking them in water, hopefully the soil roots, by sticking them in water, hopefully the soil roots fall off expeditiously. And we have some beautiful water roots to pot up into a Semihydro substrate. I'm very excited to see that, but I also think that all of the leaves are gonna fall off all of these plants. We'll just have to wait and see, I guess. Let me go grab some containers. I think I'm just gonna use the container that I was going to put the other plant in. Is it tall enough? Let's see. I can put both of these plants in one because they're kind of skinny. Doesn't look too bad. I just need to take the sticks out though. I don't want the sticks in the water. Like so. These little 2 stakes that were holding it up. I'm gonna go put some rooting hormone in here first because it definitely needs it. And I'll be right back. A little bit of rooting hormone water. It's bubbly because of the rooting hormone. Why is the rooting hormone bubbly? No idea. That's more of the color I want to see because the other one had way too much rooting hormone in it. Hopefully it's okay, but I don't know. Like look at the comparison. Look how purple this one is compared to this. Yikes! Okay, now I'm just gonna take them both and stick them in. And if you can't tell, like some of the leaves, they don't look as good as they did when I first showed you guys because severe underwatering. So, I mean, with it sitting in water, hopefully we don't have that same issue. Oh, that's not bad at all. Imagine it just keeps growing and it just does exactly what I need it to do. That's what I'm hoping for. But that does bring me to the end of today's video. Give me a thumbs up if you did enjoy it. Subscribe if you haven't already. And also, don't forget to follow me on Etsy at Palace of Propagations and on Instagram at Mother of Plants. And until my next video, bye guys.